For years, the actor has been seen as a symbol of strength and resilience, embodying the tough guy persona that has captivated audiences. However, recent revelations from Joe Rogan have turned this image on its head. A fleeting moment during a candid conversation exposed layers of complexity and vulnerability that many never expected to see. What lies beneath the surface of this iconic figure? The revelations suggest that there are aspects of his life and career that have been carefully concealed, painting a picture that contrasts sharply with the public's perception. As Rogan delves into these hidden truths, it raises questions about the narratives we accept and the personas we idolize. The actor's journey is not just one of triumph, but also of struggle, revealing a man who has faced challenges that go beyond the silver screen. This exploration invites us to reconsider what we think we know about him, and to reflect on the nature of celebrity itself. Facing the harsh realities of Hollywood, the actor has endured significant psychological suffering throughout his life. At the age of 93, he has opened up about the tragic events that have shaped his journey. From a challenging family background to the pressures of a demanding career, he has faced numerous obstacles. The actor's early life was marked by instability, which contributed to his struggles with self-identity and acceptance in the industry. The relentless scrutiny from the media added another layer of difficulty, often misrepresenting his intentions and personal life. These experiences have profoundly influenced his approach to family, instilling in him a desire to protect his loved ones from similar pain. His career, filled with both triumphs and tribulations, reflects a deep understanding of human suffering, which he often portrays in his films. The actor's painful past has not only shaped his artistic vision, but also his relationships, making him a more empathetic figure in both his personal and professional life. Born on May 31, 1930, at St. Francis Memorial Hospital in San Francisco, the actor entered the world to parents Ruth and Clint Eastwood. During her son's rise to fame, Ruth was known by the surname of her second husband, John Belden Wood, whom she married after the passing of Clinton Sr. Hospital nurses affectionately nicknamed the newborn Samson due to his impressive birth weight of 11 pounds and 6 ounces. He has a younger sister named Jean Bernhard. The actor's ancestry is quite diverse, with roots tracing back to English, Irish, Scottish, and Dutch heritage. Notably, he is a descendant of Mayflower passenger William Bradford, making him the 12th generation born in North America. Throughout the 1930s, his family relocated 3 times as his father changed occupations, shaping the early years of his life and experiences. Despite what the actor has shared in interviews, his family did not move frequently between 1940 and 1949. Instead, they settled in an affluent area of Piedmont, California. The Eastwoods enjoyed a comfortable lifestyle, complete with a swimming pool and membership at a country club, and each parent had their own car. His father worked as a manufacturing executive at Georgia Pacific for most of his career, while his mother, Ruth, took a clerical job at IBM as Clint, and his sister grew older. Young Clint had to face the challenges of attending as many as 10 different schools during his childhood, which made it difficult for him to form lasting friendships. Despite these frequent relocations, he never complained. His father instilled in him a strong work ethic and the belief that nothing comes for free, a principle that would guide him throughout his life. This foundation shaped the actor's character and contributed to his success in the film industry. As a kid, the actor was really shy and kept to himself. He struggled to make friends and found it hard to speak up. However, everything changed when he got roped into doing a play at school. Even though he was scared at first, this experience ended up boosting his confidence big time. It set him on the path to becoming the confident star we all know today. When it came to school, he wasn't exactly top of the class. His grades weren't great, and he had to go to summer school to catch up. Things got so bad that the school even made him repeat a grade to help him improve. In high school, he was known for causing trouble, which eventually got him kicked out. His mom, Ruth, shared a story about his rebellious side, like writing rude stuff on a scorecard and burying a dummy on the school lawn. These experiences shaped him in ways that would later influence his career and public persona. During the Korean War, the actor faced a significant life event when he was drafted into the Army. This experience took a terrifying turn when the plane he was on crashed into the ocean. In a moment that could have ended his life, he had to swim to safety, a harrowing experience that marked a pivotal point in his early life. Following his military service, the journey to stardom was not smooth. He encountered numerous obstacles as he sought a career in the entertainment industry. His initial attempts at acting led him to a minor role in the film Revenge of the Creature, which was a sequel to the classic creature from the Black Lagoon. However, it was disheartening that his first role went uncredited, portraying just an unassuming lab technician. This experience did not deter him. Instead, he continued to take small parts in various films, all the while working odd jobs to support himself. He took on various positions such as a lifeguard, paper carrier, grocery clerk, forest firefighter, and golf caddy. His relentless determination and diverse experiences shaped the actor into a resilient figure in Hollywood. In 1951, the actor faced a significant turning point in his early career when he attempted to enroll at Seattle University. However, instead of pursuing his education, he was drafted into the United States Army during the Korean War. This unexpected turn of events was just one of the many challenges he encountered on his journey to becoming a successful actor. After his service, he signed a contract with Universal Studios, hoping to find his footing in the film industry. Unfortunately, just a year and a half later, the studio decided to drop his contract. The decision was delivered bluntly, with the studio essentially labeling him a total failure and stating they could not use him. This experience was undoubtedly a major blow to him, as he was striving to secure more significant and meaningful acting roles. The setbacks he faced during this period shaped his resilience and determination, ultimately influencing his future successes in Hollywood. During the early days of his acting career, the actor grappled with mental health challenges, particularly severe anxiety. One of his most vivid memories related to this struggle came from his first ever role in the 1955 film Revenge of the Creature. Although his role in the movie was not pivotal, he felt immense pressure trying to adapt to his dialogue and muster the confidence required for the task at hand. While filming this classic, his anxiety became particularly pronounced when he witnessed a heated argument between the film's director and producer regarding a line he was supposed to deliver. The tension of that moment amplified his nervousness, making it difficult for him to focus. The experience left a lasting impact on him, and this early setback only exacerbated the anxiety he was already grappling with, shaping his journey in the film industry. The struggle with anxiety proved to be a challenging hurdle, influencing the way he approached his craft in years to come. During the 1970s, the actor faced ongoing struggles with anxiety that deeply affected his life and career. While working on the film Joe Kid, he encountered a severe bout of anxiety that was worsened by a bronchial infection. This challenging period made him feel as though he was on the brink of death, highlighting the intense pressure he was under. Compounding these struggles was a significant personal loss. In July 1970, he lost his father, Clint Eastwood Sr., to a heart attack. His father had been preparing to play a game of golf when tragedy struck. His wife, Ruth, went to check on him and found him in his final moments. The suddenness of this event was devastating, as there was nothing she could do to save him. He was only 64 years old at the time, and this heart-wrenching loss left a profound impact on the actor, intertwining his personal grief with his professional challenges during that era. The loss of his father was especially difficult for Clint and his family. They had witnessed Clint Sr.'s father, the actor's grandfather, live until his 90s, so the abrupt loss was shocking. This event had a profound impact on him, prompting significant changes in his life. He began to take his health more seriously, recognizing the importance of nutrition and exercise. The actor struggled to come to terms with the loss, finding it challenging to understand why this had happened. Film producer Fritz Maines, who knew him well, revealed that the death affected Clint deeply. It was a personal and emotional experience, something he felt had been done to him. This loss not only shaped his perspective on life, but also influenced his approach to well-being. The actor's journey through grief led him to prioritize his health, reflecting a transformation that stemmed from a painful yet pivotal moment in his life. The actor faced significant controversy when he directed the film American Sniper. The film came under fire from some viewers who believed it glorified war. Critics argued that it presented a one-sided view of military service and failed to address the complexities of the conflicts depicted. The criticism and debate surrounding the movie were quite intense, with many expressing strong opinions on both sides. In response to these criticisms, he made efforts to defend his film in various interviews. He emphasized that the film had nothing to do with any political party or agenda. Instead, he sought to portray the experiences of professional soldiers, Navy personnel, and others who serve for specific reasons. He aimed to highlight their sacrifices and the challenges they face, rather than promoting a glorified image of warfare. Despite his explanations, they did not necessarily sway his critics. and the discussions about the film's impact continued long after its release. The actor's commitment to telling a soldier's story remained a central theme in his defense of the film. One of the key points of contention surrounding the film was the portrayal of the sharpshooter Chris Kyle, who was the central character in American Sniper, and was played by Bradley Cooper. Kyle had expressed extremist views, referring to the enemy as savages and despicably evil. This led some audiences to believe that the film celebrated Kyle's views. The actor vehemently argued that the film's vision was misunderstood. He asserted that he himself was against war and did not support violence. He stressed the importance of careful consideration when it comes to matters of war and conflict, emphasizing that self-protection is crucial for nations. However, he made it clear that he didn't like to see war and violence. Despite the controversy and differing interpretations of the film's message, his intent was to shed light on the complexities and sacrifices involved in military service rather than promote any particular political or ideological stance. Throughout his life, the actor has gained a notorious reputation for his involvement in multiple relationships, which has been a subject of interest and scrutiny. His romantic life has been marked by several significant affairs and fathering children with different women. One of the early notable relationships in his life was an affair with a stuntman named Roxanne Tunis in the early 1960s. This affair resulted in the birth of their daughter, Kimber. As time went on, his personal life became even more complex, as he had a total of 8 children with different women. Each relationship added layers to his life story, often drawing public attention and media speculation. The actor's ability to maintain a successful career while navigating these personal challenges has intrigued many. His relationships have not only shaped his personal narrative, but have also influenced his work in film, reflecting themes of love, loss, and redemption. The dynamics of his family life continued to be a point of discussion among fans and critics alike. During his life, the actor's personal relationships have often been a topic of public interest, particularly his difficulty in maintaining stable connections. One notable example is his time with actress and director Sandra Locke, which coincided with his marriage to Maggie, his wife of 2 decades. This situation raised eyebrows and sparked controversy, as it highlighted a pattern of overlapping romantic interests. The actor's relationships continued to intertwine when he began seeing actress Frances Fisher while still involved with Locke. This trend did not stop there. He later dated Dina Ruiz while still in a relationship with Fisher. These complicated dynamics and overlapping romances contributed to the public's fascination with his personal life, leading many to question his approach to love and commitment. The actor's relationships reflect a complex interplay of emotions and choices that have intrigued fans and observers alike, revealing a side of him that contrasts with his tough on-screen persona. Eastwood has a reputation for being reserved and guarded, a trait that even those close to him have noticed. Film producer Lily Zanuck described him as someone who embodies what others project onto him. This means that the actor often reflects the perceptions and expectations of those around him, creating a complex interplay between his public persona and his private self. Zanuck pointed out that the man you meet is not just a simple character, but a blend of his on-screen roles and his true nature, enriched with greater depth. This layered personality can make it challenging for people to fully understand him. While he may appear stoic or distant, there is a richness to his character that reveals itself over time. Friends and colleagues often find that beneath the surface lies a thoughtful and introspective individual, one who carefully chooses when to share his thoughts and feelings. This guarded nature adds to the intrigue surrounding him, making interactions with the actor both fascinating and sometimes elusive. During the filming of a classic in 1975, the actor faced a tragic event that would mark the production forever. While working on the Eiger sanction, a devastating accident occurred that resulted in the loss of life and serious injuries to another crew member. The incident involved David Knowles, an experienced mountain climber who was serving as a stunt double. The film crew needed additional shots for a specific sequence, and Knowles, along with another climber named Mike Hoover, took on the task. They successfully captured the necessary footage, but then disaster struck. A boulder unexpectedly dislodged and struck them while they were on a ledge. This horrifying turn of events led to a fracture for Hoover, and tragically, the death of Knowles. Confronted with this heart-wrenching situation, the actor had to make a difficult decision, but ultimately chose to continue with the film, navigating the emotional aftermath of the incident while honoring the memory of his fallen colleague. The aftermath of the tragic accident during filming was described as surreal and nightmarish by one of the other climbers. They recounted arriving at the location where they had been staging the scene for 2 days, only to find David Knowles hanging lifeless at the end of a rope. This moment was a collision of fantasy and reality that was profoundly disturbing. The actor was deeply affected by the tragedy and initially contemplated canceling the entire project. The weight of the incident and the loss of a crew member weighed heavily on him. However, his team ultimately convinced him to persevere and finish the movie, acknowledging the dedication and hard work of the entire cast and crew. When the film was eventually released in theaters, it received mixed reviews, but will forever be marked by the tragic accident that occurred during its production. The experience left a lasting impact on everyone involved, shaping not only the film but also the lives of those who were part of that fateful journey. The life of the actor has been marked by complexity and at times chaos due to his numerous relationships and the dynamics with his children. One of his daughters, Kimber, has shared conflicting sentiments about her relationship with her famous father. When she was initially trying to establish herself in the film industry, she approached him with her plans. At that point, he expressed a willingness to consider casting her in a future movie. Kimber mentioned that there were times when they met and shared a strong bond. However, her narrative often took a different turn, indicating that it was challenging for her to connect with him. In the 1990s, another woman, Lori Murray, made a surprising discovery. She had been adopted as a baby and had no knowledge of her biological parents until she initiated an investigation with the help of a professional. It was then that she learned that the actor was her father. This revelation added another layer to the already intricate family dynamics surrounding him. Upon being contacted by Lori Murray, the actor was welcoming and introduced her to the media at the 24 Oscars. It is important to note that, according to Patrick McGilligan's account, until Murray reached out, he had only suspected the possibility of having another child, but had never known for sure. Lori's biological mother had sent her baby to an adoption center and listed the actor as the biological father, adding another layer of complexity to his family life. The actor's many relationships and the diverse experiences of his children have undoubtedly contributed to the intricate and at times tumultuous nature of his family dynamics. This revelation about Lori Murray not only brought new attention to his personal life, but also highlighted the complexities that can arise from past decisions and relationships. The actor's journey through fatherhood has been marked by various challenges and joys, reflecting the multifaceted nature of family connections. Despite having made favorable comments about Donald Trump in the past, the actor has not officially endorsed him. This situation has led to misunderstandings and confusion among fans and the public. Many people believed he had given his support to the then US president, which sparked significant backlash online. The actor has faced the challenges of fame and public scrutiny, especially regarding his political opinions. He has expressed views on various political figures, but these have sometimes been misinterpreted or taken out of context. In one notable instance, the actor faced heavy criticism from thousands of fans who thought he had endorsed Trump, leading to a public debate about his actual political stance. This confusion highlights the complexities of being a public figure, where statements can be misconstrued, and the impact of public perception can be profound. The actor's experience reflects the difficulties many celebrities encounter when navigating their personal beliefs in the public eye. In 2019, the actor became the center of attention due to a viral meme that inaccurately quoted him as endorsing Trump for president, with the phrase, "I am endorsing Mr. Trump for president." However, he never actually made such a statement. Back in 2016, he did express a preference for Trump over Hillary Clinton, but he ultimately decided not to endorse any candidate during the 2020 election. Instead, he shifted his support to Democratic hopeful Michael Bloomberg, stating that the best course of action was to get Mike Bloomberg in office. While he acknowledged some of Trump's actions, he was critical of Trump's behavior, especially on social media. This journey into politics and his changing views have placed him under public scrutiny, with his words often being misunderstood or misrepresented in various contexts. The actor's political opinions reflect a complex relationship with the political landscape, showcasing how public figures can be misquoted and how their sentiments can be taken out of context. In Patrick McGilligan's book, the author presents a less than flattering portrayal of the actor. He describes him as someone with an insatiable desire for control, willing to take extreme measures to maintain that control. This image is particularly evident in Eastwood's reputation for terminating contracts with employees if he felt they were undermining his authority. Such actions have led to a perception of him as a controlling and domineering figure. Statements from individuals who have worked with him reinforce this view. One ex-producer famously remarked that if a meeting were called for all the people Eastwood had wronged, it would need to be held in the LA Coliseum. This stark depiction highlights the complexities of his personality and the impact he has had on those around him in the industry. The book delves into the darker aspects of his character, painting a picture of a man who, despite his iconic status, has left a trail of discontent among colleagues. Numerous instances have been noted where the actor's actions or decisions seem to negatively impact those around him. However, he strongly disagreed with this view during an interview with CBS News. When asked if he sought to be in control all the time, he refuted the idea. He explained that he did not pursue total control because he genuinely valued the participation of everyone involved in his projects. He highlighted his role as a producer and director in the film $1 Million Baby, along with his contribution to the film score, as examples of his collaborative approach. While Patrick McGilligan's book portrayed him as a highly controlling and authoritative figure, the actor denied this characterization. He emphasized his preference for collaboration and the involvement of all participants in his filmmaking endeavors. This perspective sheds light on his working style and the importance he places on teamwork in the creative process. While serving in the U.S. Army at Fort Ord in the late 1960s, the actor developed a keen interest in real estate, particularly in the Carmel area of California. This interest was fueled by the income from his burgeoning acting career. On December 24, 1967, he made a significant real estate investment by purchasing 5 parcels of land totaling 283 acres along Highway 1 near Malpaso Creek, just south of the picturesque Carmel Highlands. These parcels were acquired from Charles Sawyer, marking the beginning of his venture into real estate in the region. Over the years, he has built a portfolio of extremely valuable properties, which have contributed to a smoother current life. His investments reflect not only a passion for the area, but also a strategic approach to wealth building. The actor's foresight in real estate has proven to be a wise decision, allowing him to enjoy the fruits of his labor while also contributing to the local community. In May 1968, the actor and fellow actor James Garner made a significant real estate investment by acquiring 3 to 440 acres of wooded land in Carmel Valley. This land was purchased from the Howard Hatton estate for a total of $640,000. The property was strategically located across Carmel Valley Road from the Rancho Cana Country Club and its associated golf course, making it a highly desirable piece of real estate in a sought-after area. What stands out about this investment is that their involvement in real estate was not just for personal profit. In November 1983, they took a commendable step by donating the undeveloped portion of their Carmel Valley property to the Housing Authority of Monterey County. This donation included a stipulation that some of the land be designated for senior housing, showcasing their dedication to community support and ensuring that the land would serve a meaningful purpose beyond private ownership. This act reflects a commitment to social responsibility and highlights the actor's desire to contribute positively to the community. In the Carmel area, the actor's venture into real estate showcased not only his financial acumen, but also his commitment to the community. His efforts included providing land for senior housing, which left a lasting impact on the region. This journey in real estate began with the establishment of Malpaso Productions, a key element in his career. In 1995, he acquired a substantial piece of land in the Highlands, totaling 650 acres. Later, he made a significant decision to sell this land to Monterey County for $3.8 million. By placing a permanent conservation easement on the property, he demonstrated a strong dedication to preserving the natural beauty of the area. This act not only benefited the environment, but also reflected his desire to ensure that future generations could enjoy the landscape. Through these actions, the actor has made a notable mark in real estate, blending his professional success with a genuine concern for the community's well-being. Using the proceeds from the Malpaso land sale, the actor invested in a 134-acre property known as the Odella Ranch, located at the mouth of the Carmel River. This investment was part of a strategy to protect his other properties, which included the Mission Ranch Resort and the Mission Fields residential neighborhood. To safeguard these investments, he paid to lower the levees along the southern side of the Carmel River, as both properties had experienced flooding in 1994. In 1997, he and his former wife, Maggie Johnson, through the Eastwood Trust, generously donated 49 acres of the Odella Ranch property, along with associated water rights to the Big Sur Land Trust. This act of philanthropy was significant for the preservation of the land. In 2016, he made another notable contribution by donating the remaining Odella land. Additionally, he expanded his real estate holdings by purchasing 550 acres known as the Canada Woods Development, which is located east of the Odella Ranch. In 2010, at the age of 80, the actor made a significant investment in real estate, spending approximately $20 million to build a lavish 15,940 square foot compound in Carmel by the Sea. His California real estate portfolio is quite impressive, featuring a 6,136 square foot Spanish-style mansion in Bel Air, a 167.5-acre property known as the Rising River Ranch near Castle, an apartment in Burbank, and a 5,505 square foot desert modern home in Linta. Additionally, he owns a house located next door to his primary residence in Bel Air. Beyond California, property ownership extends to other states, including a 5,700 square foot house in Sun Valley, Idaho, and a stunning 130-acre oceanfront manor in Kauai, Hawaii. This latter property gained some fame when it was featured in an episode of the reality show Mistress Eastwood and Company in 2012. Throughout his life, he has lived in various residences, including homes in Studio City, Sherman Oaks, Tiburon, and Pebble Beach. These choices illustrate his multifaceted real estate investments and his commitment to preserving the environment in the Carmel area through conservation easements. The Joe Rogan Experience is a popular podcast hosted by American comedian and UFC color commentator Joe Rogan. Launched on December 24, 2009, on YouTube, it started with Rogan and comedian Brian Redban as the sole co-host and producer. In 2012, Jamie Vernon was hired to co-produce the show, which quickly grew in popularity. By 2015, it became one of the most recognized podcasts in the world, drawing millions of views for each episode. The podcast features a diverse array of guests, including notable figures like business magnate Elon Musk, whistleblower Edward Snowden, Senator Bernie Sanders, and astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson. From December 2020 to February 2024, it was exclusively available on Spotify, with highlights shared on the main YouTube channel. Initially recorded in Rogan's home in California, the studio moved to Woodland Hills, Los Angeles, before ultimately relocating to Austin, Texas, following its licensing agreement with Spotify in 2020. This unique format and variety of guests contribute to the show's widespread appeal. The endorsement from Joe Rogan for Bernie Sanders came after the senator appeared on the popular podcast. This moment was significant for the Sanders campaign, which actively promoted the endorsement through its online platforms. The podcast is often described as a boundary-free arena, showcasing a wide range of guests from various ideological backgrounds, including those from the intellectual dark web. However, Rogan has faced criticism for hosting far-right guests, and has been accused of using racially insensitive language. His views on the COVID-19 pandemic and vaccines have also drawn scrutiny, particularly for featuring guests whose opinions contradict established medical consensus. Despite these controversies, supporters of the podcast appreciate Rogan's commitment to free speech, believing that it provides a platform for open dialogue on important issues. This dynamic has made the show a focal point in discussions about political endorsements and the influence of media on public opinion. In early 2010, a podcast began its journey when a well-known figure in the entertainment industry hired a self-taught video editor named Brian Redban. Redban, who was working at a Gateway 2000 computer store in Ohio, caught the attention of this figure due to his impressive video work for comedian Doug Stanhope. Recognizing Redban's talent, he invited him to film and produce videos for his stand-up comedy tours. Redban accepted the offer and moved to California, where he quickly became an integral part of the team. As time went on, Redban observed that fans were increasingly demanding more content and wanted it delivered at a faster pace. This realization led them to explore new methods to streamline what had previously been a lengthy editing process. They aimed to enhance the interactivity of their website and content, which coincided with the rise of popular live video streaming services at the time. This collaboration marked the beginning of a new era in podcasting, setting the stage for future innovations in the medium. Redban had a vision to create a live experience similar to what he was filming, so he set up live streams on Justin TV from the green room at Joe Rogan's various comedy gigs. With no prior experience in audio engineering, he took it upon himself to learn how to operate the mixing board and microphone setups, which became essential for his subsequent podcasts. The interest in live streaming was sparked by Rogan's desire to connect with audiences in real time. While Joe Rogan is not particularly focused on the actor himself, he has shown a keen interest in Scott Eastwood, the son of the Hollywood legend. Rogan has expressed admiration for Scott's acting skills, noting his humility and down-to-earth nature despite his famous lineage. He has also remarked on the strong resemblance Scott bears to his father, which further fueled Rogan's interest in featuring him live on his podcast. This connection highlights the evolving landscape of entertainment and the personal stories that resonate with audiences. With all the ongoing controversies surrounding Joe Rogan, many believe that his podcast has seen a rise in viewership over the years. This surge began after he left Justin TV, where he initially streamed content. Rogan proposed the idea of hosting a live video stream from his home, collaborating with Redman, which allowed him to interact with fans through a chat room and on Twitter. The audio portion of these sessions was later released as downloadable podcasts. His style was heavily influenced by the open discussion format he experienced while appearing on OP and Anthony, as well as the live Ustream show that co-host Anthony Cumia produced from his studio. The early episodes often featured long stretches of dead air, as the hosts navigated the technical challenges of their equipment. The first episode showcased an animated snowflake effect, which made a comeback in episode 674 in 2015, and again in episode 1000 in 2017. Over time, the show evolved, with Rogan inviting friends as guests and engaging in lengthy conversations on a variety of topics. The first guest to appear on the show was comedian Ari Schaffer, who joined for episode 3 on January 6, 2010. The journey of the podcast began with a focus on maintaining a consistent schedule, which was crucial for its growth. By May 2010, the show expanded to 2 episodes a week, marking a significant milestone. The first sponsorship deal came with Fleshlight, a company known for producing sex toys, which partnered with the podcast. However, this partnership ended in mid-2012, when the company felt it had saturated its market. By August 2010, the podcast had been officially named The Joe Rogan Experience, a nod to the legendary Jimi Hendrix Experience, and it aired live several times a week. In May 2011, a deal with SiriusXM was secured, allowing the podcast to be broadcast on its uncensored talk channel, The Virus. Rogan noted that the podcast was beneficial for his stand-up comedy, as he often transformed ideas from conversations into routines. In January 2013, video episodes began to be uploaded to YouTube under the account Powerful GRE, achieving impressive viewership numbers ranging from hundreds of thousands to millions. As time went on in 2013, changes began to unfold in the production of the podcast. The original producer started to reduce his involvement due to the increasing number of episodes each week, which became overwhelming for him to manage alone. To address this challenge, a new producer was brought on board. Initially, this individual was hired as an assistant, allowing the original producer to focus on producing about half of the episodes. However, as time progressed, the new producer transitioned into a full-time role, taking over the production responsibilities entirely. This shift allowed the original producer to make guest appearances on the podcast, which added a fresh dynamic to the show. The podcast began to explore a wide range of controversial topics, engaging listeners in discussions that sparked interest and debate. This evolution in production not only changed the behind-the-scenes dynamics, but also influenced the content and direction of the show, making it more engaging for its audience.